Hi, students in 530. I wanted to take a few minutes and chat with you about how your assignments and activities fit together for this course. It may not be obvious when you first enter the landscape, although the assignment schedule, I think, gives you a really good picture or at least an outline. So anyway, let me go through a few of the things. First, the things that are not the actually labeled assignments. You'll have a series of 6 search activities, which will account for 30% of your grade, 5 points each. This happens pretty much at the beginning of the semester, not every single week, but they're staged, and they're staged to go along with the learning that we're doing, and also to help you build the skills that you need. These activities may offer opportunities for you to create things that are used in assignment 2, but they don't necessarily have to. You can decide if you want to work strategically by creating things for your LibGuide, or really you could just explore. In any case, I want these to be interesting for you, so I want you to explore in areas of your own knowledge, and that would be helpful to a workplace that you can envision yourself employed in. So as you explore, for instance, in Activity 1, exploring the Rutgers Database Hub, choose things that are really interesting to you. That's just a general exploration. We're going to dig into the strategies of search and the notion of using facets. And you can see I've connected in this particular list of search activities. It shows you what these might turn into or may be valuable for. So search activity 2 could be useful in assignment 2. And for instance, exploring 3 similar databases, which is really a comparison, simulating your potential need to purchase databases. This would be useful for both assignment 1 or assignment 2. You might discover something you want to use in Database of the Week. While you're doing that, you'll have a Google search challenge, creating a Google customized search. And I think that you'll enjoy these activities. And if you don't get them at first, ask questions, and we'll be happy to help you. Database of the Week. What that's about is sharing with the community. So this is an in-facing product. It can be a very rough screencast. Just tell us why you chose that database that you chose. You'll do this once during the semester, each individual student. And it's basically, I don't want to send you into 300 databases to just explore them all. Um, you'll save each other some legwork time and possibly entertain each other by sharing your feelings about one database over the course of the semester. This activity, not one of the official activities, does not require post-production. It is just an informal share with our class. So Database of the Week, an informal share. Feel free, and I hope you'll put comments on each other's in the optional comment area, but it's an informal share to just build our awareness of the scope of databases out there. These are paid subscription library databases. Okay, so that is weekly search news and Database of the Week. Next, I want to talk about assignment number 1, which some people get mixed up with Database of the Week. Assignment number 1 is an out-facing product. It is a tutorial about a database. It can take multiple formats. The thing about that is it is for a particular audience other than our class. So think of a persona. You'll be thinking about personas for your guide project, assignment 2. Think of a persona and see if you can imagine what their needs are. So it could be a second grade student. It could be a faculty. It could be a graduate student. It could be a group of doctors. It could be English teachers. But have a clear idea of who you're speaking to and make sure that everything in your tutorial addresses their needs. Because this is out-facing, because assignment 1 is out-facing, post-production would be appropriate. So if you're doing something with a screencast or screenshot, use arrows, use circles, use your voice, put some titling in there. I can help you figure out what platforms might be best to use. but this is a significant amount of your grade, and you really want a polished product for assignment one, your tutorial. It's possible that your database of the week and assignment one might find their way into assignment two, which is a guide. So if you want to stay with that same group of interests and you want to start feeding that LibGuide, think about assignment two as, a kind of culminating project that you might work towards building. It is not mandatory that everything you do up till assignment two be part of assignment two. In fact, you might decide you want to stretch a little bit and explore different avenues of your interests or passions, and that's perfectly fine. But if you want to be strategic about it, you could create a tutorial for assignment one that can be embedded in a LibGuide for assignment two. You could create a database of the week, maybe make it a little bit more polished if you choose to. That too could go into your LibGuide. And we'll talk about embedding, and I'll be meeting with you in Hangouts or Zoom office hours or private meetings. And there's tutorials up on the LibGuide as well. So you could be strategic and you could make everything work for assignment two. In fact, in your activities, activity number 3, for instance, is comparing 3 similar databases. And when I say similar, they could lead to the same media format like video or something, or they could be image databases, or they could be around the same topic or theme. So you could compare 3 literature databases for activity 3, and if you're doing a project that has to do with literary criticism, those might be resources that you share in your assignment 2. Not every single activity lends itself to that, but several of them do. For instance, I think number 6 is creating a Google custom search. Many former students have created Google custom searches, which they've embedded on the presidents, and they've embedded that in a U.S. history LibGuide of a particular period. And we'll talk more about that as time passes. But you can be very strategic. It is the way people do business in libraries, and if you do a guide, it's not very hard to learn how to create them. You'll have something for your portfolio, and you'll also be able to say in your resume or your CV that you have had experience creating LibGuides. They're very flexible for the library world. You can search community.libguides.com to see a kind of spectrum of the types of styles and topics that people have chosen. As I mentioned, there's a LibGuides tutorial on our LibGuide, and you can also search for all sorts of things that SpringShare has put together relating to LibGuides. As soon as you decide what you want to do, or even before that, let me know, and I will set you up with a subscription that you can use as a sandbox or even a storage space for assignment 2. Very often when I'm building a LibGuide, I don't publish it right away. That makes sense. I just put stuff in it, and then I start organizing it and reorganizing it by page, by column, by box, whatever. And so those are the major, you've got the activities, you've got database of the week, you've got 2 assignments. The front-facing database tutorial for assignment 1, and the search LibGuide for assignment 2. To disambiguate this, if you've worked on LibGuides for other courses, this search LibGuide is not necessarily about instruction like you might have done for 515. This is about teaching a particular user group, your personas, how to search in a particular area of knowledge or a particular age group. Think about the persona again. All right, so I am not going to overwhelm you with this intentionally short video, I hope, but I just wanted you to feel comfortable knowing that the pieces will fit together. Some of these pieces are not very heavy duty. They are just learn how to do it. I do have to tell you one thing. There is an activity that people often have trouble with, which is command line searching, and you'll come up with that in about a week or 2. It is not meant to drive you crazy. It is just dipping a toe into the water of command line search. If you left a search class without any experience in this very sophisticated search strategy, kind of like programming, I would be practicing malpractice, because you just need to know it exists, and people spend a lot of time learning how to do it, You are just getting very basic exposure in this class. So when you hit command line search, I don't want you to hate me. Someday you will love me for it, maybe. Anyway, that's just a basic introduction to the activities and assignments you'll be doing for 5:30. See you in the threads.